From time to time, I have debated to make a video because I do not want to be seen as a person who criticizes other or to make himself looks better or to get sales. But as the days have gone by, as the months have gone by, as the years have gone by, the amount of emails of individuals about buying a Jinn from X seller and suddenly having serious issues has not lessened, thus resulting me to make a video to sincerely help people in hopes to refrain them from hurting themselves and the ones around them. Ever since men have known about Jinn, they have wanted them for their immense power. However, I feel these creations are not for everyone. Most of us know of these entities based on what they have found on the web, and this surely is not enough information to work with these free-willed entities. Binding an entity to a vessel and sending it off is very harmful. If bound correctly, one is safe from possession, and that's only if the conjurer has bounded it correctly. Yet bad luck, nightmares, fights between husband and wife, loss of health, open portals, just to name a few problems, are still there. So many spirit keepers complain of similar problems, and it shocks them, because sellers stated they would be safe. We are working with free-willed beings. Just read the Jinn page, and you too will realize. Trouble after by those Jinn that is conjured via black magic or similar dark black ilm knowledge, sudden bad luck, nightmares, fights between husband and wife, loss of health, feeling of uneasiness, hatred, anger, agony, sadness, no peace of mind, increased rage, temper, feeling of something is watching them, loss of inner peace, feeling negativity around them, open portals, etc. I will not focus this video on the facts of one even getting real Jinn from XYZ seller, while I will speak a bit about it. It will not be the crucial point of this video, but I will focus this video on the sellers who claim to sell Jinn, Muslim Jinn, good Jinn, money Jinn, etc., when they are selling nothing that even comes close to what they claim to be selling. I will focus this video on the individuals who have indeed bought an entity, but that entity turned out to be not what they were told it would be. Conjuring Jinn is by far an easy task, and conjuring a Muslim Jinn is 10 times harder. One needs to understand, if one chooses to conjure a Jinn or an Ifrit or a high-power Jinn, the amount of work behind it is of the extreme. Amals, rituals, consist of 21 days to 41 days, which is of the norm, to 90 days plus. Rituals consist of a lot of hard work, from diet to refraining from certain day-to-day activities, to performing the ritual itself at the same exact time, not a second off, for the entire duration of the conjuring process, and that can consist of 2 to 4 hours daily, if not more, of performing the actual day-to-day ritual. Every ritual has different rules and regulations. There is no such thing as an easy conjuring ritual. Rituals never guarantee success. 75% of the time the conjurers fail to bring anything forth, yet people still claim to believe in this or that seller selling dozens of Jinn spiritual entity locked up in a dollar store, bought vessel. First and most, one can't prepare 10 or even 1 Jinn, bind them into a vessel, take a couple of photos and post them on their website as a powerful Jinn from my own private collection. Jinn cannot simply just be bound and put away on the side. This is false and pure BS. If one is conjuring a Jinn for so-and-so, then the conjurer needs specific information from that person, from full name to mother's name and even the exact time of birth. As Jinn will not go to anyone, the practitioners needs to take many things into consideration, from seeing if the Jinn is willing to go to so-and-so, to see what kind of stone the Jinn will be bound to, as well as seeing if that stone's energy is suitable for the client. The client themselves must also do specific rituals, since they will be the new owner. There is so much more to say on this subject. To conjure a Muslim entity, whether it be a Jinn or a Kodam, it must be done by a practicing Muslim, one who does Salah 5x a day, zikr, reading from the Quran, and lives according to Islamic values. Only then is there a chance for success. Moving forward, now let's talk about the individual who bought a so-called elf, fae, gargoyles, immortal, nympho, vampire, hellhound, bucca, Jinn, ifrit, marid, green dragon, silver dragon, fictitious and symbolic creatures in Greek and Roman mythology, etc., whatever it may be. But suddenly now those individuals are having issues. Issues consisting of sudden bad luck, nightmares, feelings of uneasiness, hatred, anger, increased rage or temper, feeling of something is watching them, loss of inner peace, feeling negativity, as well as feeling negativity around them, just to name a few. But the question is, the Jinn I purchased is supposed to be a nice, friendly Jinn, one who will guide and protect me, as this or that seller has stated, so why is this happening? Simply because what you have is nothing more than a dark entity, Sifli Jinn and or demonic entity. How could this be? The seller stated that everything he/she sells is real and 110% is inhabited by an entity. Well, this much is the truth, but everything else from what it was and what it would do for the new owner was false. As stated earlier, conjuring a jinn is not easy, and with all honesty, I have known only 2 sellers on the entire web who were selling real jinn. Drawback: they were low-level darker jinn, which the seller openly states. Buy at your own risk. We do not conjure white entities. As stated earlier, conjuring jinns or high-level entities is a lot of work. Majority of these so-called jinn sellers are not putting in the proper kind of work, nor doing the proper kind of ritual for the entity they state to sell. So what are they selling? They are selling entities conjured via black magic or a similar dark black ilm. Knowledge. Conjuring an entity via black magic methods is far easier. Yes, there are still conditions that must be met, but an experienced magician can indeed conjure and bind a dark entity within a number of days. Even one day is possible. Dark entities prepared via black magic come forth quicker, claiming to give you the world. Overall, they are easier to bring forth and bind, and most importantly, will go to anyone. This happens because such entities have a specific mind frame that consists of full faith and dependency on the entity, followed by loss of faith in God, asking only the entity to assist you with this or that. One will stop asking God and stop thanking God for anything good that happens in their life, and will credit the entity even if the entity has nothing to do with it. Soon, this person will call this entity their best friend, and slowly the entity will gain control and destroy that individual's life. Such entities are not one's friend, nor will they ever be. Real and experienced black magic practitioners will tell you the same exact thing, as well as tell them they have never gained something great from the entities they have in their command. Dark entities don't favor their owner. They want to be in charge and not lead or be ordered by another. For a short period, they will allow one to believe they are in command, but slowly they will take over. It is so much more fun and amusing for them to change one mind frame, to have one love them, grow attached to them, and then destroy them. This is the overall goal of any dark demonic entity. And this is the truth. I don't care how big and bad you think you are or how powerful you claim to be, because I personally know a black magician who will destroy you without raising a finger. And those same exact magician will openly state to the right person, yes, we have power, we can hurt other, but we can do nothing for ourselves or someone else in a positive way, and if we do, it is short-lived. We have to do horrid acts to continue to please the entities we have working with us. Yes, it is an easier path to get into, and the conjuring process is quicker and not as intense, but the long-term effect of loss, pain, agony, sadness, no peace of mind is far greater, and we simply cannot leave this path now, or our loved ones, anyone we have any care towards, and our well-being will be severely jeopardized. Understand that the dark path is always easier. Hence, the dark entity is easy to bind and sell. This is true in our world and the unseen. Muslim entities are so hard to conjure. If one is a good Muslim doing all a Muslim must do, but in the back of his/her mind they hope to get a jinn, Khodam Muwakil under their command is not being truthful to God, because doing what God wants one to do in hope to gain something only is a mere lie to yourself and God. One must be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they want to be, not because they wish to have Muslim jinn. The strict lifestyle, the sacrifices, the time, the amount of rituals one does, and nothing happens is only part of what a real Muslim practitioner, Amil Sheikhs, goes through. Don't be naive. There is no such thing as a good jinn for $30 or $50 or even $200. When one works day and night fast, doing readings consisting of hours a day, and they do finally prepare a good entity for an individual, how do you think this person will charge you a few $100s? I personally feel jinn should be left alone, good or not, and the ones who choose to be on this path, to have such creations of Allah assisting them, should only be using them to assist others when all else fails, while keeping full faith in Allah. Jinns are tricky. In the beginning, they will do all you say, let you feel as if you are in charge, but slowly will tear you down. Don't be a fool. Don't read everything you see on the internet. There are so many lies on the web about jinn, and it is from sellers who make stories such as the story of Allah created jinn to assist humans. Please, please, show me one Islamic text or any religious text that has such a phrase in it and you won't find it, because this is a lie, like the thousands of others created to collect your money.